Welcome back to the Sound for More channel and welcome back to another tutorial on Loopy Pro. Today I have the pleasure to show you how you can use a MIDI clip to actually play multiple audio clips, which can be really used, for example, to actually play alongside different songs, for example, in a particular order or in a different order. Okay, before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Additionally, if you would like to support what I do, please do check the instruction contained in each video description. Thank you again. So, okay, so we are inside Loopy Pro. Let's go to edit the canvas and let's remove this row. And then let's remove also these columns like so that we have left with 3 audio clips. Next, we expanded the button here and we're going to create a MIDI clip like so. Okay, so we are going to exit the canvas editor and we're going to swipe up on that MIDI clip. We're going to the piano roll editor. We are going to expand it like so, and we're going to let it show just 3 measure, something like that, perhaps. Yeah, something like that. Then we put a note here to trigger the first clip, then a D4 to trigger the second clip, and then we go to the third measure here and we create an additional note, an E4 to trigger the third clip. Okay, perfect. Then we extend to play the loop like so, and so that it will play 3 different measures. Okay, so and as you can see, the first note, second note, and third note. And if we press play, it will ask us to set the tempo 120, which is fine. 1 bar is fine for now. Okay, next we want for this to play, so we activate it, so it will play when we have the transport control playing. So swipe up on this clip and let's click import document packer and let's choose a first clip, perhaps this one in the minor. Click open and then we click import. Okay, and that is importing. We do the same on the second clip here. We select import again, document packer, and we are going to choose something else. This one, click open, and then we click import, and then it will import the second clip, second audio file into the second clip. Swipe up again on the third audio clip, document packer, and we're going to choose this other one as well, so all in the minor. Click open, then click import. Okay, perfect. Next, well, let's listen first of all. Okay, so I was tapping manually on each of the audio clip. Now, let's use binding to actually ensure that this MIDI clip can drive the selection of those audio clips. So let's go here. Let's go to control settings and the project profile, select default. And now let's start adding new binding. So we want to play and stop a clip. So we click play. We select the target, a specific clip, and we want, first of all, to play the first clip. So we select the first one. Then we don't want it to toggle. We want to say play. Okay, and then we override the quantization because we want that to play straight away and stop straight away as well. Okay, click save here. We need to assign a trigger, which will be this blue MIDI clip. It will be a note, and then we select D4 in this example. We go up until it says, C4. Okay, so back and click save. So we have the first binding. So let's click and let's try. So stop the clip. Now you will see when it hit the C4 note, it will play. Perfect. Now let's go back to the binding here, control settings and default here, and let's click again on the same binding and add an action. We go for play stop again. We select as target choose specific clip, the other two. We click done, and we want those, if they are playing, to actually stop like so. And we don't want any quantization, so we don't want to wait for the play to start or the stop to stop actually. Okay, so now we have done that. So that means that when this C note is fired, this will play and the other two will stop. So let's try like so. So as you can see, when the C4 note is fired, this clip will play and the other two will stop. Now let's do the same for the other notes. So we go back to the project profile default and we add a new binding. Play a clip, which one? The second one this time, like so. Click done. We want it to play like so. We don't want any quantization, so we select no to those. Back and save, and the trigger would be the blue one. And we want a note again to play, and the note needs to be actually a D4 this time. Okay, so let's go and find the D4. There it is. Now we add another action to actually stop two specific clips, which will be this one and the next one, because we are playing this one. Click done. We wanted to stop those two, and we don't want any quantization either. So like that. Perfect. And let's double check that on the play here we remove quantization. No, okay. Yeah, perfect. Now let's add a final binding on E4. Add a new binding, play and stop, which target a specific clip, which one? The third one. Click down, so we want it to play like so, and then we don't want any quantization, so we remove this one, use default setting, and we set none for play quantization and stop quantization. Okay, then we click save like so, then we add another one to play and stop target. Now we are playing this one, so we stop the other two like so. So we select stop here, and then we don't want any quantization on play and stop either. Click there, click here, click save, of course, and we need to assign a trigger, so blue a MIDI clip, and we're going to select and E4 note here. There it is. Back to binding, click save. Okay, so if now this works, when this note is fired, we'll play this clip and the other two will stop. When this note is fired, we'll play this clip and the other two stop. When the third note is fired, it will play the third clip, audio clip, and will stop the other two. So let's try. Now, of course, you can go back here on the piano roll, right, and distance the note, right, to play, for example, to have different notes after 4 bars, or more bars, so you delay the transition, you choose. And if you know the bars and you know the tempo, therefore you can decide how long a particular audio clip will play before it goes to the next one. Now let's go to the canvas editor, click and hold here until it reveals the handle, and let's make this one smaller. Then click and hold there, and we select copy, and then click outside here, we select paste. Okay, so we copied this clip onto this one. So now let's click and actually let's swipe up on the second clip. Let's go to the piano roll editor. Let's maximize and double click here to center. Now we want it to play in reverse order. So we are going to remove the C4 and select E4 here, then the middle one D4, and we're going to remove this E4 and play a C4 here. So it is in reverse. Okay, so just to show you, we deactivated this clip. Okay, and let's see what happens. So as you can see, it's playing this clip first, then this second one, then the first one. So it's playing in reverse order. Now let's have a little bit more fun. So let's go back to the canvas editor and let's create a button there. Okay, let's click and hold the button and to review the handle and change that, click on it, and let's select forward on this one. Let's type forward like so, press enter. When we press that button, what we want to do is to play and play what? Target. We want to play a specific clip, which is this one, this first MIDI clip. Click done and we select a play again, right? We don't want any quantization again, but that is your choice. Okay, and we have done that. At the same time, what we want to do, okay, is to stop the second one. So target again, specific clip, this one here, click done, and we are going to stop this one there. And then again, we don't want to have any quantization either. Okay, so there it is, that button. Okay, so let's click on forward, that one plays. Okay, so we repeat the same. So click in here, and what we are going to do, click and hold here, and then copy below to paste. Click this one, move it up there, click on this again, change from forward to reverse, okay, as a text. Okay, we go to play. Instead of clip 4, we're going to select clip 5. And in terms of actually stopping, instead of stopping clip 5, we are going to stop clip 4 here, and we don't stop clip 5. Okay, perfect. Now let's exit the canvas editor, click play, and let's see the changes. So now I can change between actually the forward playing, and if I click on this button, I can change it to reverse playing, which is really good. If the clock is not active, so if you click forward, you activate there. You see, click reverse, activate this, disable that one, or stop this one. If I want at the same time clicking here to have the playing starting, go back to the canvas editor, click on forward, add another action, type clock here, right? And it says here, toggle clock pause, okay? And yeah, let's try that one now. So it's not playing, let's click forward. So it starts the playing here because it starts the clock. Let's do the same on reverse as well. Click reverse as well. Then click add here and let's type clock. And then toggle clock pause again, so it will start and stop, right? Because it's a toggle, but you can also do something different than toggle. So forward. You can press again because it will toggle the clock. Of course, it will stop. Again, that is absolutely your preference. You can go back and edit these on the clock. Instead of saying toggle, you can say start, okay? And the same on this one. Instead of toggle, you can say start. If you do that, you might want to add a different button. So click on add there, click on here, and perhaps what we want to do here is to we are going as an action to search for the clock, okay? And we are going to select, instead of toggle, stop, okay? And then we change the name of this button to actually stop, like so, okay? Perfect. Exit these and let's try it now. Play. So you can actually stop it now because I stopped the clock, right? Let's do something else as well. I wanted to actually pause on a particular clip that is playing. So how do we do that? Click on the editor here, add another button there, click on the button here. Let's change the name and just type pause there. Okay, and then when you press that button, what we want to actually do is we want to say play and stop, okay? And what as a target, we're going to choose specific clip, these two, okay? Click done, and we're going to toggle with no quantization. Again, this is your preference if you want quantization or not. So let's try to pause it. I wanted to pause it on this one, okay? So let's play. And then I can click on stop. You can see when I click on pause, it deactivates. It stops these two clips. Therefore, they are not producing any MIDI notes, and therefore they are not progressing forward or backwards in terms of playing these audio clips. Again, you can now have even more fun. Click on the edit button. Let's add a slider. Click on the slider, and let's call it volume for master volume. We say value change. And what we want to do is to change the value, so we can actually search different action. We can do it at audio source level, for example, right? So that is entirely up to you. So one way, for example, would be adjust parameter, okay, which target specific clips. These three at the same time, click done, and we're going to change the volume. So let's try forward. So you can see I'm lowering the volume of all the clips, and now click stop, and it will stop the clock. Let's continue. Let's go to the mixer, and let's here on the output, click on it, and let's just add a low pass, okay, filter. Let's exit that view. Let's go to the edit canvas again. Now, let's say we want to add a new slider here. Click and hold here. Let's make it a little bit smaller, like that. That will do. Let's click on it. And then when we're going to say value change, we're going to adjust an effect. So adjust effect parameter, type EFF to search, click on it, target the low pass, and we're going to change the cutoff, okay? Now, if we click on here as well, we can change the title as well. It might be too wide to actually write all of this. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it's a bit small, right? So now I'm going to change the cutoff of that low pass filter. Stop. Perfect. Click edit, click and hold here to reveal the option here, delete and copy. Click, select copy, click here outside, and then select paste. Click and drag and move it here. Click on these again, change here to Q for the resonance. Click here for the action, select the target again, instead of cutoff, select Q now. And yeah, click outside. Now you can change the Q as well, or the resonance, okay? Let's click play. Stop. Okay. Now let's say that I want to disable that filter. Simple. We're just going to add another button. We are going to change a little bit the like so. We're going to put it there. Click on it again, and then we select filter here as a text, like so. We select press here, and then we go to effect, and here you have an action called enable disable effect. Click on it, target, there is only a low pass, okay, and we want it to toggle. Perfect. Now we can enable and disable the effect as we play. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Hopefully you have seen how now to use MIDI clip to play different audio clips. So you can use that, for example, in a live scenarios by where you have multiple songs. You can arrange them to be played in a certain way, just modifying the different clips. You can have more than 2 clips. You can have multiple one. We have seen how to play forward, in reverse, how to stop the playing through the clock, how to pause it. As well, we put a master slider for the volume for all the 3 audio clips, and then we put 2 sliders to control cutoff and cue of a low pass filter, and finally a button to disable that filter. Okay, a lot in this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.